I did it. I moved to the mountains. Hey guys, it's me, Helena, and welcome to the vlog. This is the first vlog that I will be making in a series about what it's like to live a simple life in the mountains. The hardships, the struggles, and the challenges that come with living a simple life in nature, and also the wonders and joys that a simple life living here in the mountains can bring. I am now living in a tiny village, and I'm completely isolated and surrounded by mountains, trees, rivers, bugs, animals. Alex, massive grasshopper! And this was always been my dream, and it's finally happened. And so I thought, why don't I change things up and start vlogging about the real life, the behind the scenes, the stuff that you guys don't see, about what it's like to be an American expat living in France, living in Corsica on an island surrounded by trees. One of the things that I'm working on lately to combat this feeling of even more isolation and loneliness than I've ever felt before living in France is not allowing myself to get swayed by my preferences. When you let life take you where you're meant to be, where you chose to be, where you were destined to be, instead of having all these preferences of I like this, I don't like this, I want this, I don't want this, instead of letting your preferences dictate your life, allow life to guide you to where you're meant to be. And it all comes down to this concept of surrender. And I feel like that's what I'm doing right now with my life. I really believe that trees kind of communicate with us, that nature communicates with us. And I find that by being alone in nature a lot of my days, I feel more connected and less alone than ever before. I've been here a month now in Corsica, and it's been hard. It's been more of a struggle than I thought it would be. I've noticed that having less options makes me feel less overwhelmed. And I think that's the great part about living in the country or living in the mountains is when you have less options, you feel less overwhelmed, you feel less scatterbrained. And as someone who likes to do all the things, having less options for me just brings me a lot more peace. Like I can actually get the things done that I want to get done, that I can do the things I want to do. And so every morning I wake up and there's just a cat snuggling next to my face in bed. She's not our cat, but she's the cutest cat. She's so sweet, and she's our neighbor's. We don't even feed her, but yet she stays with us. On day 2 of our move-in, she just decided to move in with us, and so she's been sleeping in our bed ever since.
Wow, this is still very new to me. Very new to me.
Are you excited to have a car?
I'm very excited. Wow, I can't believe this is my first car. Wow. Look at it, look at it.
Let me tell you, having a car opens so many doors up. I feel like Alex and I have so much freedom now that we just bought this old used car from a local mechanic here in Corsica. Corsica is now wide open to us, and for the first month living in the mountains, I felt so trapped. I live on a mountaintop and it's very hard to get anywhere if you don't have a car. Being so high up in the mountains, there's really nowhere to go. And now that we have this car that we got yesterday, just being out on the open road with it today and with Alex, driving is such a simple joy. They call Corsica the island of beauty. And I've been able to see bits and pieces of it, but not a whole lot of it yet because we haven't had a car and because travel is so limited here in Corsica if you don't have a car. And so now I feel like we can really explore and surround ourselves with so much beauty here in Corsica. So I'm really excited. I literally cannot stop thinking about burritos today. Like, I've been thinking about burritos nonstop the last hour. Taco? 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 It's raining tacos from out of the sky. Tacos, no need to ask why. Open your mouth and close your eyes. It's raining tacos. I keep forgetting to leave the keys in the car door every time I get in. Okay. Oh my god, this is so scary. This is so scary. I'm literally driving right on the side of a cliff. Just goes straight down a ravine. Okay. Oh, I did it. I just drove by myself along cliffs. Okay. Alright, it's coming down, it's coming down. I didn't lose it. I didn't lose the drone. Thank God. Right? Slowly back down, Betsy. Back down, Betsy. Okay, that's enough drone flying for me today. All that flying by yourself so far up. I'm here for you. Don't get lost without Mama. For anyone that flies a drone, make sure that you can always see your drone Don't do what I did. Don't follow what I did and lose your drone and not be able to see it because you want to be too ambitious with your drone footage. Always have the eyes on the drone. I was so scared for a minute, but it's okay. We're gonna keep going. Let's go explore some trees. Left. Oh my, what is that? What is this bug? What? I'm just gonna get my keys and go. He's still there. He's still there. Oh my God. It's so creepy. Oh, please get off my car. Ah! Get off. Get off, bug. Get off my way. It's moving. What are you doing? Get off. Oh, gross. This is not okay. Please leave. He's on my roof. He's on my roof. Oh my God. Carefully. Reverse and get the fuck out of here. Bug was there last time I saw him, and that was like 10 minutes ago. And I don't know if he's still there. So I'm gonna try to leave this car on the other side. The things I do because of bugs. I don't see him, so I'm just gonna... What if he falls? It is so cold. My skin hurts. It like feels so painful. I think it's probably time I should get out. Learning to have epic compassion for myself has been really key in this whole experience of moving to the mountains. Sometimes I feel guilty for not having to pay 50% of the bills. So I do English tutoring online, and so I do contribute towards the car and the gas. But in a lot of these moments where I feel guilty for not having a traditional job, for not working a 9 to 5, for really being my own boss, having my photography business that's really on pause for who knows how long with this whole COVID thing, not being able to travel, not having Americans travel into Europe has really hurt my photography business financially. And so it's been really hard for me to accept that. And so YouTube has been the way to create something when I can't create what I've always done. Allowing the universe to take me where I'm meant to be. And I don't know how this looks for you. Maybe this looks different in your own life. But I really encourage you to notice and observe what the universe is bringing you in your own life. And follow the breadcrumbs, follow the little signs and symbols. Follow the flow of life instead of being so stuck in your wants and your desires and your preferences that you can't see what maybe is best and highest good for your soul's involvement and your soul's joy in this life. I recently moved to Corsica, France after spending 2 years living in Strasbourg. And you may know this, but I'm an American expat. I'm not married to a Frenchman. My husband is an American, but he's an English teacher. And the jobs here are amazing. The contracts, the salaries that English teachers can make here in France are wonderful. And so for his job, we decided to move to France. And while I'm a freelancer, you know, I'm a creative, I can kind of move wherever and find a way to make money. But we wanted to move to France to have a higher quality of life, to be able to not have to worry about if we could afford a doctor, if I get a scratch on my hand. It was a big part of why we moved to France, was because of healthcare, and we like the government and the socialist structures that are here more than we do in America. And so 2 years ago we moved here to France, and now we live in the mountains of Corsica. And I wanted to take you guys in for a deeper look, and just be real with you, and just be straight up here talking to the camera, talking to you guys about what it's really like to live in the mountains. Just online, I feel like living in nature and living a quiet, simple life just seems like this fairy tale, but it's not. It's not what it looks like it is. You know, it's lonely, it's isolating. If you're someone who loves people, and you love talking with people, and you love exploring different cultures, and you love going to cafes and going to the coffee shop and getting a cappuccino, and, you know, going to local libraries, if you like that stuff that like I do, it's actually really hard. And it's been really hard for me this first month living in Corsica. My soul feels so at peace and so much joy when I'm around nature. And so getting out into nature every day, hiking the trails near my house, going to the rivers, being near water, swimming in the sea, doing these things has been the way that I've able to really find joy and find peace, despite not having all the extra fluff that I've always had in cities. In Strasbourg, you know, even where I lived in my small village in Alsace, I was right next to a city. I was a 30-minute commute from the city, and so I've always had access to cafes and my favorite hot chocolate shops and the library and the bookstores and like my favorite paper shops and my pen stores. You know, like I had all access to that all the time. Like if I wanted to meet people, I could go to a bar and meet up with people and get to know people and go to language exchanges. Like I used to do that stuff, and now I'm completely cut off from it. And it's been really hard, but it's been a lesson in going inward and going deeper within myself. I am meditating all the time, and I'm journaling a lot more, and I'm writing my book finally, and I'm making more things, I'm creating more things, I'm seeing more things. And I feel like living in the city kind of blocked a lot of that for me, because when you live in the city, you have a choice. You can stay home and meditate or create things, or you can go out into the city and distract yourself with all the plethora of, you know, options and things to do. And now I don't have any options. I'm just here in nature or at home. I feel really cut off, but in a good way. Feels weirdly destined. I remember the moment I got off my plane and I arrived in Corsica, and I remember our driving through the forest, I felt like this is destiny. And I know that sounds super crazy, but I really believe that the universe will take us where we're meant to be if we allow it to. If we allow life to just take us where we're supposed to be, and not to have preferences, not to say I want this or I need this or I can't have this, you know? Eliminating the preferences and just surrendering and saying, I am flowing with life. Whatever you want to deliver to me, I'll take it. And I have never felt more accepting and open in my life. I'm excited. I'm really excited to share this journey as it unfolds, and to take you along behind the scenes of nature here in Corsica, the mountains, the rivers, the hiking trails, the Mediterranean Sea and how it sparkles. I'm excited to take you guys along to explore Corsica and France. When I get a chance to go to the mainland, I will keep making videos about life in France as well. But yeah, I'm excited to begin this new vlog series, and I hope you guys resonate with it and it resonates with your heart and your spirit. And as always, if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos from me about slow living and life in France in the future. Bye.